Shalom everyone. It's morning here and I'm inspired to make another video. And in this video I want to answer a question for you. Because I feel that many of you are struggling with this question. So look, haven't you noticed folks that often when you have good news, you have good news of things happening in your life, but that others are angry about it? So they cannot be happy for the good news that's happening in your life. Often we say it's jealousy or it's envy. Yes, it can be jealousy and envy. But I want you guys to take another look at this, okay? When Jesus delivered a man that had the legion of demons inside of him, the community that came to see what happened, they became afraid when they saw that former demon-possessed man clothed and in his right mind. And they turned against Jesus and urged Jesus to leave them alone, to leave their territory. They really didn't want Jesus around there. Now hold on a minute. That man that was demon-possessed had around 6,000 or possibly even 10,000 demons in him. He used to cut himself. He used to attack people that were on the road. He lived at the graveyards. And even when they tried to bind him with chains, he would break the chains. So that man was a danger for the community. At least that's how it seemed. That's how it seemed. The thing is, now, when the man was delivered, those demons immediately urged to go to another place. But I'm not going to focus that much upon the demons now. That man was changed for the better, but the community could not appreciate it. I'll tell you why. Because this will answer your question, why there are people that don't want you to progress and don't want you to move on. They don't want you to be delivered. They kind of cannot stand you when things are going well with you. Because look, imagine a car. You don't have to try very hard. We all have seen cars in our lives. That vehicle produces pollution. The gasoline inside that machine is burning, and because the gasoline is burning, the car has power to operate. But the burning gasoline produces smoke. That's the pollution. The smoke needs to leave the car. Because if the smoke remains inside, it may even cause an explosion. Or it may destroy the car completely. If you have a laptop, the laptop will have a fan inside of it that will release the hot air from the laptop. Because if the hot air remains in the laptop, man, you're in trouble. What am I trying to say here? Society as a whole, and also subcultures within society, they all produce pollution. Because you cannot be stuck at a pattern, a cycle, or a system without having pollution being generated inside of you. You shouldn't be stuck at all. So the world has negativity. Worldly people have negativity. And what has to happen is they have to repent and become born again. But they don't want to repent because they don't want to give up their exploitation, because the reason why they are holding on to systems, patterns and cycles is because they are exploiting. They have greed inside of them. Okay? And in order for the exploitation to be orderly and to be pleasantly and to be effective, there needs to be a pattern, cycle, or system. And because they in the world hold on to such things, they also have to deal with the pollution. And besides that, exploitation will never make anyone happy nor fulfilled. That itself will also produce negativity. So what happens now? The world wants their systems, patterns, and cycles to operate because they want to keep exploiting. But they don't want to deal with the pollution. So if someone has contention around them, People are glad that there's someone with contention around them because that means all the pollution of them can flow onto that individual. What happens when someone is delivered? The contention is broken off of them, but now the contention will flow to somewhere else. And this is what people are afraid of, because where will the negativity flow to? And you know, wherever the negativity will flow to, it's going to bring damage. So, when people aren't happy because things are going well with you, then listen, those people, again, they are people that are jealous and envious. But not all people that are against your well-being are envious or jealous. Many of those people, they know very well how darkness operates. They themselves don't want to leave darkness, but they don't want the side effects of darkness. And they know very well that if the flow of negativity towards the content, towards the targets is stopped, the negativity is going to build up in the community and everyone will turn on each other and begin to devour one another. And they don't want that to happen. But they don't want to repent either from contributing to the darkness. So as long as things are going wrong with you, they are relieved. But when things go well with you, they can be next. Well, that being said, you all, as a believer, you shouldn't bother about this, but you should be alert of it, because we should not be ignorant of Satan's devices. And listen, don't think that when someone is unhappy with your well-being, that you can pray for them and it all's going to be all right. Listen, prayer is effective. Nevertheless, listen, when someone is resisting truth, they're resisting reality, and they're persisting in negativity, your prayers are only going to make them worse. Now look, Jesus said to pray for our enemies. We should. Just realize that when you pray for your enemies, you're doing what Jesus told you to do. That does not mean that your enemies are going to become better, nor they're going to repent. It can be that the Lord will use your prayers to trouble them. You see? Because look, people that persist in negativity, anytime light appears, they fight. And the more they fight against light, the worse they become. So, don't think that you can just pray for someone and bang, they're completely whole. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't pray. You should pray for other people and you should pray all the time, of course. Just realize there are people out there who just will never change. They'll only get worse and worse. Is that your fault? No. You keep praying as the Lord commanded you to pray and keep following the Lord. That being said, you all be blessed.